Welcome to this channel. The channel is for education and culture based on historical and scientific evidence. So a few days ago, I have shared a Chinese YouTube, and many of our YouTube friends have asking me when can I share the content of that YouTube in English. So today I'm going to share that in English. Now, what I am sharing in that YouTube is on six healing breath, the proper way, and what exactly is the six healing breath. Now, today, worldwide, the six healing breath is named as the six healing sound. Well, that is actually inaccurate. So I'm going to share with you in details. So once for all, after this YouTube, you know what is a six healing breath, and you know if people is practicing it properly, telling you properly or not. This is very important. Now, before I'm getting into the six healing breath, I like to share with you three things which is very screwed up today in Chinese Qigong. Three things. Or even Chinese martial arts, Chinese Kung Fu. The first thing is, you can see in past 130 years or so, people is more interested to follow whatever their grandmaster say instead of follow the source of a particular Kung Fu. For example, you look at the Chinese when they practice, say, Zen. They keeping talking about the Zen monk, that Zen monk, this patriarch of Zen, but they seldom talk about the Buddha's teaching. So the same thing with the Taoist stuff. Like today, people talk about Tai Chi, this Tai Chi classic, blah, 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 everything. But did they cite the Taoist scripture? They don't. So this is number one thing we in the world and in the West, especially we in America, have to be watch out. People do not go to the source, but create all kinds of stuff and just following their master, their grandmaster, where they completely lost track on what is the original thing. Okay? So that's number one thing we have to be careful. It's like today's Wing Chun. Everybody have their Wing Chun. This grandmaster say this, that grandmaster say that. But what the heck are you talking about? There is a problem, a big problem. The second problem, everybody loves to do their own way. My six healing breath, his six healing breath, this grandmaster six healing breath, that guy's Wing Chun, that guy's Tai Chi. Really? You look around, none of them know what the heck's going on, but as soon as you dare to promote yourself, wearing some Chinese pajama, act like you go to China in the cave, Like you study with this Taoist and everything, then you know everything. You're the grandmaster. Those are nonsense. Again, what are you presenting? The third thing, always there are Westerners will say, you know, the Chinese is a different paradigm. You cannot use scientific to explain the Chinese stuff, the internal, the Tai Chi, the Qigong. This is also completely nonsense. Why? Why is this nonsense? The Chinese in the ancient do not use the term scientific, but they use the term cause and effect. Okay? They are clear with the cause and effect, every step of the cause and effect. If you don't know the cause and effect, clear about the process steps, be able to verify what are you practice. So scientific is a good thing. And again, if you get admitted into the hospital, checking on your health, who cares it is a Western thinking, Chinese thinking, Indian thinking, whatever, or whatever philosophy. Is that guy healthy or not? You need to be verified based on scientific. And scientific means the cause and effect. If you are not healthy, you are not healthy. You don't say that because this is belong to the Chinese. The Chinese say this is healthy. In the history, there are many people who practice Tai Chi who get into stroke. The Qigong expert Zhou Qianchuan in 1950s have already raised the flag. That's exactly the problem. Okay? So you need scientific, especially today, to verify what the heck you are doing. Otherwise, you are selling snake oil. Personal experience, just yesterday afternoon, I inject my insulin because I'm diabetic type 1. And when I'm eating, I am eating too late, like 15 minutes too late. My blood sugar dropped to around 60 something. I feel really uncomfortable. So after the eating, I have to go practice the N1 process, as what I keeping telling here, which is the nurture chi, or enter into the basic samadhi. On one hand, I look at my Garmin watch tracking my heart rate, because when I get that low blood pressure, my heart rate is getting high. And of course, when the heart rate getting high, that way mean your blood pressure go high too. So I'm there practicing it for 30 minutes. Sure, the heart rate coming down, but it is still not the normal me heart rate. I have to keep another 20 minutes until my heart rate can get back to the resting heart rate. Check my heart rate variability, it come back. Now, what are you talking about? If you're talking about, oh, this is Qi, Chinese, you have no way to check whether that thing works or not in the real daily life. What good is that? What good is that? Why do you want to even waste 5 cents to learn that garbage, which is just talk, philosophy? And then say, no, the Chinese is in a different paradigm, spiritual bullshit. Okay? When you get low blood sugar, after that, you feel really bad, your heart palpitate and all this, you need to rest, you need to get yourself back. You need something can help you to rest. And that something can be Chinese, can be Indian, can be American. It doesn't matter. The matter is, does it do the job? And how the hell I know whether it do a job or not? If I do not be able to get the result in my body, and while working on it, have an indicator to see, does it help me? Or do I still need to keep practice? Like yesterday, for me, the heart rate coming down from 90 something to 80 something, like 80, but they're still not whatever my common resting heart rate. So I do another 30 minutes, it get to 70 and 60, high 60. Well, then I know my body is recovering. That is scientific. Don't give me those Lao Tzu, whatever, this monk, this Taoist. So these three things, okay, you need to go to the source. Stop to playing expert. The third, everything need to be scientifically proven and be able to verify. In 100 years ago, experts like Tang Hao, Ma Li Tang, all and Zhou Qianchuan, all wanting it to be that way. Not today's this all this Tai Chi, Qi Qi, whatever bullshit. Okay? That is actually destroy Chinese culture and also destroy the civilizations of human. For what? For their own business. So that's why I always say that if I have influencer, I'm going to go FDA say stop those who teaching BS Qigong. Because thing has to be responsible for what one doing. Okay, this is important. Okay, don't fall into that trap, because you fall into the tree trap, guarantee you go nowhere. And then when year goes by, you invest so much, then you have uh, no way to get return, because now you have a what? You have a title like a grandmaster, but grandmaster of what? Then you have to keep that because that's your face. Okay, so you need to be able to drop that if you really want to learn real Chinese or the our human civilization stuff. Now, six healing breath. Today, everybody calls it six healing sound. Even in China, they have this sets of six healing sounds and all this. All of these are nonsense. So you say, well, Henrik, you're so assertive. Yes. When your life is matter, don't we need to be assertive, black and white? The first thing, why it is called six healing breath, not six healing sound? Because six healing breath was recorded in Buddhist scripture like Xiao Zhi Guan, the small scale samatha vipassana 1,500 years ago. Six healing breath is categorized within the vipassana, the vipassana way of healing. That is the six healing breath. Okay. Today, 99.999% of the people is completely screwed up. You can go to everywhere, YouTube, you see everybody making this sound because they don't understand what is going on. So in the videos out there today, everybody is a grandmaster. And in my Chinese uh, YouTube, I told everybody, you can only rely on Mr. Ma Li Tang's Six Healing Breath teaching. The link is under here. Okay? Under this, you can see there is Ma Li Tang, Sifu or Grandmaster Ma Li Tang's teaching. You can only rely on that. Why? Because that is the real deal and that is tested. There's a lot of patients he helped. And all these patients actually, when they practice it, they go to the hospital, get checked out by Western medicines. So, Sifu Ma Li Tang's teaching is the only thing you can trust today, not other thing. Other thing might be partial, might be just mimic thing, and all those heaven know what the heck. So the link of Dr. Ma Li Tang's video is under here. Now, that's what I'm sharing with the Chinese spoken people in the world. You need to know what it is. It cannot be like I told you, right? Everybody can be grandmaster. Everybody can make their own. Everybody do not using science. And then you have the real thing and the fake thing. You have 99% of the fake thing and 1% of the real thing in front of your eyes. You cannot see it anymore. Who is the person who gets screwed? The people who is sick get screwed. When I study the six healing breath from the student of Dr. Ma Li Tang in the Chinese forum at that time, about more than a decade ago, there are people who resist Western medicine because they have cancer. They thought that the six healing breath stuff and whatever can heal them. It is so sad that they pass away. Okay? And there's in the forum, and so we met this person, and then it is really sad. So people never really met the real teacher like Grandmaster Ma Li Tang and go around with all this fake teacher like Xi Xiaodong said, fake Kung Fu people, and then you feed them with that. And also it's very sad that these people, they are sometimes they are poor. They, you know, to need to go to Western medicine for treatment for cancer, so forth, need a lot of money. And so people might think, oh yeah, I know, I still keeping working. As soon as I practice this qigong, then I can get healed. But no, it's 3 months, it's gone. Okay, so it is not right if you don't know what the heck is going on there. Now, let's get into the six healing breath. The practice of six healing breath is to detox the different organs and helping circulations of different organs. Okay, so it is have six type of breath, and each breath is detox a different part of the body. Okay, so every breath detox a part of the body, or an organs of the body. So that's why it's called six healing breath. So if you use this breath, say you can detox your stomach, and you use this breath, you can detox your liver. Okay, and that's why it is called six healing breath. Now, in order to be able to detox the different organs, there are two elements in the procedure of this practice. Number one is one need to build a passageway from mouth to the different organs. So for the six healing breath, every healing breath actually it is related to, or is based on, a passageway from mouth to different organs. And after that passage is created, one need to use the natural, rhythmically natural low abs breathing as like a pump to pump up, to pump out, or to help the detox. So you think about it like your lower abs natural rhythms breathing as a pump, and then if I want to detox my liver, then I have to build that passage from my mouth to that liver, and then I turn on my pump, and that pump detox the liver at my exhale. Okay, that's happened at my exhale. And so at my inhale, you discard away this pathway. You let the fresh oxygen get into your body to charge your body. Okay. Now, that is how the six healing breath works. Now, so why is that need to be using a sound? What is the sound for? Why it is today everybody calls six healing sound? Well, because they don't know about this building of the pathway, the passageway to the different organs, and they do not know the pump where you need to pump that toxic out. They thought just making some sound is the it. So you can see in the YouTube they say "Xu" is for the liver, "Ke" is for the heart, "Hu" is for the stomach. All this different. Well, what they don't know is that all the sound, making of sound, why do they need to use the sound? The sound is just the basic, really primary for what? When you make that sound, you are actually building up that pathway, different pathway, using that sound to manage your lips, your jaw, your tongue, your throat, and loosening up your body to build the passage. Once you build the passage, you no longer making that sound. You just drop the sound. So a beginner in the state of building the passageway or the pathway from the mouth to the different organs for detox, the teacher will say, okay, your tongue supposed to be this way, your jaw supposed to be this way, and your throat supposed to be this way. And now, okay, make this sound like "k." Okay, let me hear. "K." Did you handle your tongue, your jaw properly? Let me check. And you check yourself. Now, once after you develop that pathway or the passageway, you don't use that sound anymore. What you want is only when you want to detox your liver, you just create the pathway without making any sound because you don't need it. You activate your palm here, which is your lower abs natural rhythmical breathing. You exhale it out. Okay? And then when you inhale, you just close your mouth. You just inhale all the fresh air in. That's how simple it is. And of course, the entire body has to be really loose. Now, there's two phases for that. When in the exhale phase, it is for detoxing phase. And the inhale phase, it is the charging phase, where you close your mouth, you get yourself into a meditative state. You inhale, you let the body inhale all what it needs. So hopefully that I tell you whatever this exactly is on six healing sounds, okay? Or six healing breath, not six healing sound. Now, so for the pathway, as I shared with you already, heart is for your mouth. You have to open your mouth, your tongue touching your lower teeth, all sort of stuff. Every healing breath, that passage come with all these instruction what to handle. Okay. Now, as for the lower abs breathing, if you watch Dr. Ma Li Tang's video, which is linked under here, he will tell you you need to contract your lower abs, you need to clamp your butt, you need to lift out your Hui Yin, okay, or here, lifting up, contract, and clamping your butt. Okay. People, until today, most people do not know how to handle that because they don't know what it is. So lifting your anus, clamping your butt, contract your lower abs. What is that? What is that? How do you know that that is proper? You look like in Wing Chun, everybody say, tuck your tailbone, all this, all that. In Tai Chi, the same. But what the heck is that doing? Well, science can explain it now. Very simple. You don't need to go to the cave in China or some Taoist to learn this. It is just this. To clamping your butt, to contract your lower abs, to rise your hui yin, your anus, whatever. It is at exhale. It is just to implement this proper piston handling of the pelvic floor muscle and the uh, diaphragm synchronization. So at the sixth healing breath, at exhale, you are actually modeling this thing. You're actually doing this. And the Chinese, of course, they don't have this, but they tell you to clamp your ass, your butt, contract your lower abs, and then to lift your hui yin or lifting your anus, those kind of stuff. But what you want to do is this. At inhale in sixth breath, you just let the entire thing drop. You just loosen all these things. So in the Chinese, we'll say that, oh, at exhale, you want to clamp your butt, you want to contract your lower abs, you want to lift your hui yin or your anus, but at inhale, you just relax. You loosen everything. You don't do that anymore. So what you want to do? You just want to do this. Okay? Now, if you don't know what I just shared with you, today most people are doing this kind of thing, contracting their stomach, causing all type of problematic pressure inside their body. Okay, when they inhale, the same thing. All problematic thing. If you want to practice six healing breath, you must have this, the proper one. Not this. This is going to damage yourself. So, does it matter if I say, oh, you need to lift your anus, you need to contract your stomach, and then you can to clamp your butt, and different people say using different terms. Does it matter? It doesn't matter. Matter is you know what the heck's going on there. You know in the lower abs breathing how that pivot floor and this thing can synchronize. If you don't know about this thing, as what I just shared with you, you can go to do the wrong way, pushing this, pushing that, and missing, like you just contract your lower abs, but you're missing your clamping of your butt, and you end up that the intra-abdominal pressure go different way. How can you develop the six healing breath? The pump part. So this is the passageway part. This is the pump part. You don't have the pump. You look at all that everybody's six healing sound thing today. Imaginations, visualizations, the light, the chi, the warmth, bullshit. If you cannot do that, you don't have that proper piston type, the pivot floor muscle and the diaphragm synchronization when you exhale, you will not be able to, using today's term, because your passage is actually get to contact to a certain organs. That exhale, where your pivot floor muscle rising up, your diaphragm rising up, is actually massaging that particular organs. So if you want to talk about chi, blah, 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 you just know that when you doing that breath, that particular six healing breath, you are massaging to promote circulations for different organs. And then when you inhale, you just get all the air, the oxygen into the fresh oxygen, everything in your body. So it's promote your circulation, promote your oxygen circulation, everything. Now, we just talk about, oh, clamping your ass, contracting your low abs, and then lifting your anus, all these things. So what is the proper? Are you going to go out there and 10 people will tell you 10 things, but nobody know what is going on? Today we don't have to do that. Just go to Amazon, buy this, under $20. The tools for helping training the pivot floor muscle, climbing like that. So when you exhale, you can feel that your stomach is contract, your hui ying or anus is lifted up, and the butt is clamped. So if I share with you one breath, now I'm using the sound, no breath. I'm using the sound because I have to demonstrate for you. In the real practice, I don't use, you're not supposed to making sound, okay? Say I do the sound of the stomach. Who. Notice that. Who. Using this to pump that thing up. I'm using who to connect, to develop the pathway from my mouth to the stomach. Who. Using this pump to pump it up, to detox. And then after pump it up, close the mouth, tongue up, inhale the maximum. You go to Amazon, you buy a $20 this, you get it. You get the right experience right away. Of course, you need to refine it to make it more and more natural. If you don't do this scientifically, first, you have no idea what you're supposed to do inside there, between the pelvic floor muscle and the diaphragm. Second, this Sifu said, lifting your anus, or clamping your butt, or contract your lower abs. If they miss one because they never have that experience, this experience before, you drop that. So that's why it's so bad today now. Imagine there's a chi, a light from your liver, and then you say she, and then it just detox there. Well, when you say she, sorry, where do you use the strength? The real one, you use this pump type of strength, really effortless strength, not using here, not using making sound type of strength. So this is what I like to share with you. So the world know now, okay? I make that Chinese video is to explain this critical point. So when people go watching Dr. Ma Litang's YouTube, they know exactly what it is. See, Dr. Ma Litang is explaining in the way in his generations. But of course, if you go learn from him, he look at you and say, oh yeah, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this. He check you one by one. But right now, we cannot afford that. We need to have mass production, because how many people is in a semi-healthy situation today which need all these tools to help us to live a better life? So science, I explained to you how the anatomy and how all this handling to get the experience. Scientific, we need mass production. You're not spending 30 years keeping talking about 6 healing sound and whatever, but you go nowhere. You want to be in 10 hours proficient with it, so you can use it every day. Is it going to heal your cancer like me, healing my diabetic type 1? Well, until now, I practice for a decade already. It doesn't heal my diabetic type 1. But sure, it helped me. It stable down my situations. And I just share with you, when I get low blood sugar, it helped me to recover. It support me to go to the Western doctor to help myself. So stop all this nonsense about I have this Chinese magic or I have this chi stuff, but nobody know. They don't even know about this thing. They don't even know how to handle this thing. Now for Wing Chuners, remember just about last month, I was blowing at somebody who claimed that they know this, that the grandmaster, like 1850s Wing Chun, blah blah blah, bullshit nonsense. Well, they don't even know how to breathe. Remember, I showed all of us. I said that is the Hendricks toilet theory, where you sit down the theory in the toilet. When you pee, after you pee, you stand up and you feel your pelvis floor muscle and so forth, and your breathing and so forth. So let me share with you. The first move in the Wing Chun Xiu Lim Tao 1850. Exhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, so this is inhale, this is exhale. Go back to my YouTube. Guess what? That exhale, when you raise your body, is exactly this. So inhale. So you inhale, okay? Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So at that time, your lower abs is contracting in, your butt clamping in, your anus coming up. That's why I always kept this detailed secret. If some fake grandmaster try to play expert on me, I'm going to open this card. And today, as I tell you, I open this card. So disregard of it is Wing Chun Xiu Lim Tao 1850 or Six Healing Breath. It is all the same thing. The same operations. Okay? And that is the reason why also I say all those 1870s grandmaster, including the guy who designed the Xiu Lim Tao set, have no idea on this thing. Why? Because they have no idea of handling the pelvic floor, contract, clamping, your butt, lifting your anus. That is the very basic of Chinese Qigong, whether it's soft Qigong or hard Qigong. If you don't know that, you don't want to talk more. You just lost the handling of breathing. Now, you go to Japan, like Kyokushin. When one do the ibuki, what did they do? Same thing. Contract, clamping the butt, lifting the anus, or lifting the huiying. That's why I share with you just now. Stop giving me this Chinese philosophy. They have their paradigm. Westerner have their paradigm. This guy, what different paradigm? Everybody, if you know what it is, you can spot them right away. This is what they are doing. This is how they're handling their body. When you climb this, when you lift this, when you climb this, when you contract this, is handling what? Handling your pelvic floor muscle and your diaphragm. And that's for what? Of course, your intra-abdominal pressure. So in one way, for the soft art, for the six healing breath, you let it massage in a natural rhythm. When you exhale, massage your specific internal organ where you build the passageway. In the fighting art, you just pump up your intra-abdominal pressure to push your core out or to take strikes. There is no two things there. There's only one if you know what it is. So this is what I like to share with you. Every year I get older. This is 2024 already. Every year I see tragic. The Chinese quote-unquote ancient technology is leaving us. The majority of people is go running around thinking the entire thing is like the Kung Fu movie. That's why right now all this Chinese Kung Fu, the Tai Chi, the Qi Gong, blah, 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 is living in a Gaga land, which is not even in this world. While the Westerner, the Japanese, the Korean, the Okinawan is living in this world. Even the Brazilian BJJ is living in this world, and the Chinese is living somewhere else. In fact, this six healing breath, what is it used in the ancient? For healing the internal organs, and also when one get injury into the internal organs, like the ancient Shaolin is using that with the herbs, massage, acupuncture to heal the internal injury. I know this while I'm doing, checking out, digging out everything, try to study what is going on in 1850s Xiu Lim Tao, writing around 1980, 1978, 79. In the Buddhist library, which is I allowed to go in, mostly is for monks. And I found it out, and I want to know what it is. I spent about 30 years. Check on everything, and study with different teachers. Dr. Ma Li Tang alone, I study with 3 of his students because I want to compare notes. I'm like an engineer in the Silicon Valley, which is who I am. I never took anything as a single data point. I took 3, 4 data points and know what it is. So after I know what it is, that's why I can come with this. And so six healing breath right now can be learned within 10 hours. And then you have to perfect it. And in order for the six healing breath to work, one day, one need to practice at least 2 hours, according to Dr. Ma Li Tang, who have using the six healing breath to heal at least hundreds of, if not thousands of his patients. So this is what I like to share with you, okay?